Alright, today we've got a Speed Queen commercial dryer here. We've got a model number of ADE3SR GS173TW01, and we're going to go ahead and replace the heater coil for this unit. This is the part number 964P3. Got this for about $130. Let's dig in. Now, when you open the box, you're going to find the coil here. You're also going to find these sensors. Give you a couple extra wires as well and some wire nuts. You're going to find two bolts located on the front and bottom of the machine. You're going to want to take those off in order to remove that bottom cover. With those two bolts off, you're going to take the cover, pull back, and it'll slide right out of place. Next up, we're going to remove this bolt right here. It is a flathead screwdriver, so we get the lint screen out. With that bolt removed, the lint screen slides right out. As you can see, it's definitely in need of a cleaning. Next up, on the inside, you're going to locate two Phillips head screws, one right there and one right there. You're going to remove those, and that will allow this assembly right here to pop off. Next up, there are two bolts, one on the bottom of each side, and that will release this compartment right here. When you do pull those off, this will lift out, and there is a pin right here. You want to make sure to disconnect that wire when you pull that out. With those screws removed, you will notice that this will pop right down. You're going to want to note where these three wires go and then disconnect them from the switch. With that drawer set aside, these screws removed, this can now be pulled off from right there. Now, if you've gotten this far, you realize that I did lie to you guys, and there was an additional screw right down here that needed to be removed before that dryer lint trap could be removed. Now, with that removed, I'm going to clean out all this lint here with this DeWalt mini vacuum. It's not the greatest, but it gets the job done. With this vacuumed out, you're going to notice that on the element itself, there are two 5/16 bolts. Bolts, yeah. One here and one right here. You're going to remove those, and this element will slide down and out. With the element slid out, you're going to want to note where your wiring configuration is so that you can duplicate that onto the new one. We're going to go ahead and mount our sensors, and then we'll rewire this one. With our sensors in place, we can go ahead and install the 1/4 inch supplied in the package. Note that it does come with a new wire for here to here. We're going to install on this, and it does come with the new wire from there to here, which we will install on here. Now, with those set up, there are three wires coming from the dryer. This black one right here with the clip will go up there. This blue one right here will clip on right there, and the orange one will go on right there. Now that we've got all of the wires back set into place, we can go ahead and clean out the back area with our vacuum, and then we'll put the burner back in place. Element, my apologies. The area is clean and now ready for the element to get put back in place. Once the element is in place, you will then re-secure it with the 5/16 on each side. Now that they're back in place, you're going to double check your wiring, make sure everything is snug. And now we're ready to put it back together. Now, with the wires back in place, this is the orientation on this specific machine. We're ready to put the door back on. In order to slide the door back into place, there are two little prongs and tabs on there. Those have a place. Clip into the front, you hear it clip into place. You bend it down, and once you bend it down, it's set in, and you can put your bolts back in. Once this is slid into place, you can go ahead and slide this piece back in, the tab underneath the lip, and then replace these two bolts. Now that that's done, you're going to go ahead and replace the three screws, one there, and one there. You'll put your lint filter back in, as well as the nut or bolt that holds it in place, and you're good to go.